What is up, everybody? It's your man, L. Charles the Great, back with a Red Dead Online challenge that should have been a lot easier than it turned out to be. Red Dead Online daily challenges. They range from degrees of difficulty, and there are 7 of them every day. This one seemed simple enough, so I decided that I'd do it while the rest of the Fartso posse was away, try to get some quick gold, and continue my streak. However, I made a very big tactical error and settled for 10 horse vaults, jumping over 10 things on your majestic steed. While sounding innocent enough, this challenge is actually a brutal gauntlet meant only for the toughest of Red Dead sweats. After several failed attempts, I find myself wanted by the law for running over pedestrians, although in my defense, it was definitely the horse's fault. I end up trampling the police officers as well, so at least there's no one to tell about my awful horse skills. However, as we're in the largest city in the Red Dead Online map, it's probably going to be hard to get out of this one without my reputation a little bit scathed. As I attempt to flee the scene, I try to vault a few more times and fail miserably. Let's just say the winning Kentucky Derby contestant probably isn't asking me for any tips and tricks on the equestrian sport. I catapult myself off my horse for what seems to be the 10,000th time in the video, severely damaging the front legs of my horse, but he takes it like a champ. I do not take the bullet in my head like a champ, and subsequently die. Attempt number 2. It has taken me 1 life to jump over 10 things on my horse. So, in case you were on the fence on my quality as an overall Red Dead Redemption 2 player, that probably should have tipped you off that this is extremely high-quality content. I make haste for the Saint Denis docks, desperate to prove myself to the NPCs of Saint Denis that I am no quitter. I decide that it would be a good time to vault the railing, but my horse doesn't seem too keen on throwing himself down 10 feet and plunge into the disgusting Saint Denis water. Just for good measure, though, I decide to try it a second and third time, just in case he changed his mind. He does not, and I decide to try to find another route. I accidentally trample another person on the way, because it's just too hard to avoid people in this city. That is, if you have regard for human life. I check my progress on the challenge, and to my chagrin, I've only completed 2 out of the 10 required vaults. Many human lives have gone into those 2 vaults, however, and I am determined not to let their sacrifices be in vain. I exit Saint Denis with haste, because as it turns out, the Saint Denis Police Department does not take too kindly to cold-blooded murder via horse. Wow, that seems unfair to me, but let's move on. I make my way through the cornfields, pulling a spectacular evasive maneuver, and I discover a few low fences for me to easily vault over, completing another stage of the challenge. Wow, I probably should have just started with those. It's too late to turn back now as I enter roads, the Saint Denis police still doggedly pursuing me throughout the town. As it turns out, my grueling journey is almost at an end, and in a moment of pure triumph, I leap the final fence and get a notification that I have just completed 10 horse vaults. Wow. This is probably the hardest challenge I have ever completed, and unless you play about 100 hours a week on Red Dead Online, have a neckbeard, and live in your mother's basement, I would not recommend something of this high degree of difficulty. Thank you for watching my struggle, and please subscribe for more subpar content from me, McCheddar07, and the Fartso posse.